Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stock Watch, and these are the stocks I'll be watching for Wednesday the 24th of May. And before we get into it, don't forget Monday on 5/29, May 29th, that Monday, it's Memorial Day, so probably volume's going to slow down even more, most likely after Wednesday. So people start going away, so just keep that in mind. And here's your futures for the overnight so far. Dow futures down 8, ES futures down, call it 2, and the NASDAQ down 3 on the futures. Here's your economic information coming out for tomorrow. We have the MBA mortgage applications at 7 a.m. 9 o'clock we have housing price index, 9:45 the PMI. 10 o'clock existing home sales, 10:30 the petroleum report, EIA, and we have some FOMC minutes coming up, and then Fed speak at 6 p.m. on Wednesday evening. And for your earnings tomorrow, some earnings after the bell tomorrow for Wednesday: CPRT, CSRA, EXA, FSM, Guess Jeans, Hewlett Packard HPQ, NTAP, PSTG, PVH, let's see if there's about WUBA, and Williams Sonoma WSM. Before the bell tomorrow, we have Tiffany, JASO, JASO, Lowe's, LOW, and a few others, Bank of Montreal. So, a few earnings still coming out before and after the bell. And we'll take a quick look at the SPY. As you can see, we're right back up. We were down that Wednesday, the 370 points. We've been holding support, and then we're up 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. This kind of looks like an undecided candle here, but we have some resistance coming up in that 240 area. And just to take a quick look, if you look at the cash one, SPX. So, that 2400 area, is resistance here on the SPX, and the Qs, still strong, but coming up to that resistance area again on the Qs. So let's go ahead and get right into the watch list. And let me just shift this over and bring this up. And let me bring that over in case I need it. Alright, and this is the daily. Alright, first stock up is AKS, and the steel's got a nice pop today. And as you can see on the daily, here's the 400 EMA SMA. We came down to the 400 SMA, the purple line right here, and we got a nice pop today in AKS, and we have a high on the name of 620. So we're looking for a break of 620 or a pullback and then a push up. 25 million shares on AKS. Now, it's obviously not a low float stock, but it can make some moves intraday. Small one, under a $1 stock, AMPE, and this one is curling up, getting above the moving averages. You see we had this big pop up to $1.05 on AMPE, and then we pulled back to the 50 SMA, and now we're starting to turn back up. So this one may be over this 90-cent spot if you're into these under $1 names. BIOS. This one has been consolidating, and I'm thinking if it can get over 180, 175, maybe we'll get a a push up. But the volume has been decreasing, so that is a concern on BIOS. CBLI. This one had a big pop today. And it was holding and grinding sideways, and then today it had the big pop, CBLI, and still didn't break 1 million shares though on the volume. Has a high of 436, closed at 414, maybe 425. Over 425 is enough to get this one going, or you can try it on an intraday chart. CLF was moving up with some of the steel names. This one is a coal name, so I guess this one might get going also. Over 12 million shares traded. You see how I was holding the 400 EMA purple dotted line down here, and we have a high on this stock of 684, maybe 690 might be enough to get this one going if you want to wait for the 7 break, or you could take it over the high of the day of 684, and then obviously see how it sets up intraday too. CYTX, over 2 million shares today, and so we're at a resistance spot. I should change the color on this this line here. So this one sorry, this one has a high of $1.09, so maybe over that 110. Keep an eye on that, and maybe you get this gap fill on this CYTX, okay, because it's been chopping sideways and now it's starting to get that curl up and that turn up, so you want to keep that one on watch. HIIQ, a few weeks ago, this one had earnings and had a nice gap up, a pop, and now it's pulled back, and it's still above the 20 SMA on this name. We're at 2035, so maybe over 2050 if this can get going again. HIIQ might make a continuation move up, so this is like a decent, swing trade possibly. So keep your eye on this one, and they did have good earnings. That was the reason for the gap up. HMNY, big push up today, over 27 million shares. So this one will be on watch. It did pull back off of its highs, so we'll see how this sets up intraday. And it did have news today in the name. INFN, 1.5 million shares, just under the 50 SMA, the blue line right here, trying to get up over this $10 spot. So I'm watching to see if INFN can get back over that $10 area. Juno, setting up nicely here, held the 50 SMA and is up near that 25 spot. 24.89, so you can either try it at 24.95 for the 25 break, 24.95 for the 25 break, or you can wait for it to get over 25. All right, so on Juno. Merck, for those that like to play those slower ones, you see this is kind of like, here's your cup and it's kind of forming the handle, and if we can get over the highs on this one, say 64.65, $64.65, you might get a continuation move in Merck, and that's for, if you like to play the slower ones on the swing trade. But the chart, held the 200 here, and it's turning back up, so nice one if you're into, for swing trades, and obviously this pays a nice dividend too. MTBC, this one popped, held the 20. We have a hammer here now at the 13 EMA. And so I'll be watching this one. If we get over $2.15, all right, $2.15, maybe we get a continuation move in this MTBC. But there are a lot of fake outs in this name. It pops, it drops, so just be aware of that. NAKD, a lot of social media talk on this one, and it did finally pop. If it can get back over to 55-ish, 260, maybe this one will get going. Has a high here of 265 and a high today of 261, so probably over the 265 on NAKD, and 1.2 million shares today on this name, so I think that's one to keep on watch. NKTR, looking for the $20 break on NKTR, and here's the 5-minute chart, and this is the 55 EMA, and you see it's been riding the 55 EMA up and then finally kind of broke out today. So let's see if we can get the $20 break on this NKTR. PLX, you see it's had these big moves up here, and now we've pulled back, and we'll see if we can get back over 90 cents. This is an under $1 stock, and see if we can get that 90-cent break for the dollar break again. But there is the 100 SMA up in the way on this PLX, and it traded 2.3 million shares today. POLA, looking for a higher day break or that 550 break on this one. POLA, you see there's volume that came into the name today. This is a recent IPO, and I had this big pop here, then it dropped. Now it's kind of turning up. This one can be spready, and as you see, the volume is very low, so just be careful with that. So I don't know, just I see it turning up and it's above the 20, so I'm going to have it on watch. I don't know if I'm going to get a trade in it or not, but I'll keep it on watch. QTM, nice volume, 1.7 million. We have a high here of $8.58. We closed at $8.35. So if this can get back over, $8.50, maybe we'll get a continuation on QTM. And so it's back above the fast moving averages and holding above the 50 SMA. SDRL oil name, and this is an under $1 name, but 22.3 million shares on this name, and it has a high of 66 cents today. So if it can get back over 66 cents, maybe there might be a play in this C-drill. All right, so keep that one on watch. SGMO, nice pop off the 8 EMA, and we'll see if there's any type of continuation move. Almost 2 million shares traded in the name on SGMO. Chart looks good. It popped, pulled back. It's popping again, so we'll see if there's some kind of continuation. SONS, big volume, 2 million shares, trying to get, trying to hold over that 850 spot on the name. So if we can get back over, I guess on this one, if we can get back over, 810, 815, because we closed at 790, maybe we get another run up to that 850 area. So be watching for it to reclaim $8, maybe 815 on this one. All right, so or we'll see how it sets up intraday on like a 5-minute or 3-minute chart on the name. SPWR, we've been talking about this one in every video, and finally we did get the break, and I did get this one. We got the break over the 200 SMA. We closed at 795. So now we'll watch it. We had a high here of 819. So if you're not in the name, maybe 810 is enough to get that break of the 820. 4 million shares came into the name. So this one will be on watch, but full disclosure, I am in this one at $7.92, and I already sold some up on that pop. So STLD, another steel name, held this 34 spot, and as you can see, we have this, we're holding that area, whoops, right in there. What happened? Charts, STLD. Okay, so we're holding, there it is. Okay, so we're holding this area right here, the 34 spot, and we're trying to get back over that 20 SMA and the 100 SMA on the name. The 100 SMA is at 35.38. The high is 35.53. So probably if we can get back over 35.40, might be an interesting entry on the name. So keep this STLD on watch tomorrow. Tillis, right? Tilly's. This is a retail, and it actually beat earnings, but I just want to show you. Here's the 400 SMA, and it held here, popped, held here, popped. It held here again, the 400 SMA, and now after hours it popped up, went up to $10.50, and so this one will be on watch because this is a retailer, so there's probably a lot of shorts in this name, so we might be getting some plays in this name tomorrow on, and it's had earnings after the bell tonight. The next one up is TWLO. A lot of call sweeps in this name, and so it's been getting some action and starting to turn up and over. We have a high today of 25.60, and we are, I would say 25.65 might be enough to get this going again. Almost 3 million shares. So I'll have this one on watch. Can give you nice moves, but it can be spready, and it can be, a very erratic trader. So just be aware. I mean, if it can get going, it could fill, part of this gap, maybe back up to the 20, obviously first, so keep an eye on that one. VNCE had a nice volume today, almost 4 million shares. This is an under $1 name. It's at the 20 SMA, the red line on my chart, and that number is 55 cents. Has a high of 56 cents. So maybe 57 cents might send this one. We have the 50 SMA here, the blue line, up at $1. So VNCA with volume today, but under a $1 name. But some people like to trade those, and it could move for you. X, another steel name, trying to hold this 20 area on the name, and we have the 20 SMA right here, and we have the 13 EMA, the yellow line right there. We have a high of 2066, and we closed at 2038, and the 13 EMA is at 2066. So I would let this one, I would like this one to clear up over that 2066. If you wanted to try it a little bit earlier, over 2050, the 20 SMA is at 2091. That's that red line right there. So maybe 2050 is enough to get these going again. You see the volume, 21 million shares on X US Steel. XGTI, I played this one today. It did pop, not much. So I'm looking for this $2 break again. See if it had a high of 206. So I probably should wait for it to break that 206. And then maybe we'll get a continuation move on XGTI. Almost 2 million shares traded. And you see it had this pop here, pulled back, and now it's starting to curl up again, turn up again. So that's why I'm watching this one to see if we can get that continuation move. Z, this is Zillow, and we've been holding this 41 area. We're back above the moving averages. We have a high of 4266, so maybe 4270 will be enough to get this going up past that 43 spot on Zillow. I guess that's going to depend how the housing numbers do tomorrow, but it is above all the moving averages, and it's back up above the fast moving averages too. And last one on my list is a bank stock. Most of the banks are, making a little bit of a comeback here. Here's JP Morgan, XLF, also turned back up off the 150 SMA. Citigroup turned back up. Citigroup looks pretty good too. If you can get the higher day break on Citigroup, which is 61.95, you might get a continuation. BAC, not as nice looking as the other ones, but the one I'm watching for tomorrow is this Zion, because it got back over the 50 SMA, this blue line, 41.34. We have a high of 41.44, so you can either take it over the 41.44 or you can wait for the 41.50 break. All right, and had 3 million shares come into the name. It popped here, and then it came back to the 200 SMA. This is like what, 1, 2, 3, the fourth candle in the name, so I don't know if this is going to go tomorrow. Maybe we need to consolidate again, but I'll have it on watch. All right, this has been Zozo Stock Watch, and thank you very much for listening. These are the stocks I'll have on watch for tomorrow, May 24th. Don't forget, Memorial Day is coming up. The markets will be closed on May 29th for Memorial Day. Thank you everyone for listening. Have a very nice evening, and thank you so much for the support on YouTube. Please hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button if these videos are helping you, and give me some feedback, guys. All right, thank you so much for listening.